It's time for Grim Reviews. Playing through mods and helping you pick the best of the bunch. Let's get back into the dungeon. This is a Dungeon Master remake and it was published by Comscript on the 24th of October 2012. Yes, a remake. Now I've never played the original, so I cannot compare this to the original. Obviously the layout, positions of monsters, items, etc. those are all going to be based on the original, so there's not really much point in telling you much about them, really. So first things first, when you enter the dungeon, you can choose one of the standard party setups from the original game. There's a Hall of Heroes, you've got the portraits. You can choose to redo your party as characters that you would have found in the original Dungeon Master, which is nice and something you probably should do because they'll have the skills set up in a way which is obviously good for this dungeon. Because I should mention that the spell system has been reworked and there's a variety of new spells, which is lovely to see. Certainly adds to that whole thing with the remake, but it should be mentioned that ice magic no longer works in this dungeon. You cannot cast Frostbolt, you cannot cast ice shards. If you do import a party or create a party and you put one of those mages as an ice mage, he's not going to be able to do anything. Now there is a wide variety of new spells, or rather old spells recreated from the original game, I assume, and they're nice. Certainly work well, changes up the mechanics and things. You're not brewing potions, you create them with magic. What else can be really said about that? There's a nice variety of new items as well. Many of these are simply reskinned, recolored versions of some items. Other ones are completely new and they are made by Germany, who of course made the lovely wall set, which looks very much like the original from what I've seen of it anyway. The dungeon itself is initially very easy. Very, very easy. It's got a tutorial sort of level of difficulty, which I suppose is to be expected considering that this is a remake and the initial areas should obviously be easy for that reason. It seems to be a lot of wandering around mazes like corridors, hallways. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but I guess I don't have the nostalgic value that it would give me for that, so yeah. Apart from that, it's interesting, well done. There's new monsters, new items, new spells, different mechanics. You've got the bars for water and luck up in the top corner. Not that they really seem to... I'm not sure how luck works, so I'm not sure what that's supposed to do. Overall, it's an interesting dungeon, and it's very well done. There are a lot of Dungeon Master remakes out there, and this one is probably the best looking. Well, one of the best looking anyway. I haven't tried them all. I'm not even tempted to try them all since it would essentially be replaying the same thing again, and I've done it once, that's enough. But yes, it's a nice dungeon, and certainly worth a look, even if you're not a Dungeon Master fan. If you're a Dungeon Master fan, this would probably be one of the ones to recommend. The other one would be one of the ones done by Panda Fox. Those are solid quality as well. There are a lot of other ones, they're not finished and they just, yeah, lesser quality. Go with this one. Ultimately, when it comes to giving it a score, I'll give it a 3. Now, I don't have the nostalgic value, which is obviously going to bolster that score. If you do, then quite possibly you might go, yeah, this is just what I wanted. For me, it was interesting, but I've seen better. So, a 3 from me. Certainly, maybe it's better for you. Give it a try.